Okay, so now the final step is to create a map, output this map as a PDF file that we can share with others. So in order to do that, well, first, this map should look familiar to you. It's a map of the community district of East Harlem with the facilities, social service facilities within East Harlem by the year that it was open, represented by different colors and also by different sizes of the dots. So now let's create the map that we want to output. So to do that, we want to go to Zoom to Extent Layer. We want to go to File, New Print Composer, okay, and you hit the Add New Map icon. And we're going to do two things. We're going to create an inset map first. We're going to create an overall map first, and then we'll create an inset map that zooms in to a particular area, because this overall map is not too informative. I think it's more informative if we have a zoom map of a section of East Harlem. So I'm going to show you how to do that. First, let's create the overall map. So we've done that. Now let's go back to the main Quantum GIS interface, okay, and we're going to zoom in. Go back to zoom extent layer. So we're going to hit the zoom button. Let's pick an area that we want to zoom in. Let's say the lower part of East Harlem is what we want to look into, okay? So now, as you can see here, when we zoom in, we can really see where the locations are distributed across East Harlem. And let's see if we can add some labels into this name to make it a little more interesting. And in order to do that, let's go to Properties. We'll go to Labels, hit Display Labels, label properties, and then the field containing label, we want to choose maybe a group type. Okay, let's group type, and then the font size, let's decrease it to 10. Hit OK and see what that looks like. Okay, well, that's not very helpful. Let's do it again. Let's choose, instead of group type, we'll say facility name. Hit OK. There we go. We have the labels for each facility name here. But again, because it's so jumbled together, it's probably not too useful. Let's turn off the labels for now, but I just wanted to show you how you can add labels in there. And all you do is turn that off, hit OK. So now we have a zoom of the lower part of East Harlem. Let's go back to the Print Composer window again. Remember this little thing here? Now we have this overall map that's saved onto the Print Composer. And now we're going to do the inset map, and we'll do the same thing. We'll click on this Add New Map icon here, drag it into the map, and now you see that we're able to create the inset map that looks like this. And let's resize it a little bit. Okay. And then we can really we can add cool little things like shapes to really show where this is in relation to the larger map. Okay, so could really show them that that's the lower part of Manhattan, or I'm sorry, East Harlem there. Now let's create some labels, a legend here to this map, and all I did was I hit this add new legend vector here and then dragged it here. So let's do that again. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to click on add new vector legend and then just drag it there. Clicked it onto the canvas, okay? And we can move these items around any way you want. Now let's edit this legend here, because it's not, we want to get rid of this little thing that says East Harlem Census Tracts. We don't need that there. All we really need are these dots here. So go to the item, we'll highlight this, hit the X to delete it, and now let's edit this name. We'll go edit, we'll say this is the facility open year, okay, which makes more sense. So now we know that the facility open year, the red dots represent facilities open between 01 and 08, and so on and so forth. Okay. Now let's add a title to this map, and to do that, we'll go add new label, drag it here, and then again go back to this item here and say map 1 social service facilities in East Harlem, New York by open by open year, by facility open year. Okay, now we want to change the font. Let's make it a little bigger. Hit OK, and then we want to get, I want to get rid of this. Hit the General Options tab down here. I want to get rid of the frame because the frame is a little messy. Okay, so now you've got a title with no frames and it looks clean. And now you want to add, normally you want to add a little source note on the bottom so that people will know where your data came from. Okay, and it'll make it all legit. So source is the 2000 census tract, also the 2008 New York City Social Services Facility, downloaded from, and then you can click the website there, gis.columbia.edu, and then other things that you want the user to know about this website, about your map, created using Quantum GIS 1.6 on 4/23/11, and then you can add your little initials at the end. Again, let's change the font here, make it, and then get rid of the frame. It'll look a little nicer. There you go. So now we have a map that shows all the elements of your map now. And sometimes it's nice to add a little scale bar so that people will have a sense of dimension. Okay, and again, you can click on the item here, segment size. Let's see, you want the unit label. Okay, so now you're ready to export this as a PDF file. So you want to go export as a PDF, click on that icon there, go back to the folder, save it in the folder where you created your maps from, give it a name. I already have a map that says map final 2 because so I'm going to save it as another name, go map final 2, hit save. Let's go back to that and see if we're able to bring it up and see what that looks like. Okay, so East Harlem map final 2 PDF. There you go. So we have a nice little map here that shows the social services facilities within East Harlem, New York by facility open year, census tracts, source of the information of the map, a little inset map, and an overall map.